brand new Sky Striker support, guys. How does it change the deck? Let's find out. Yo, what is going on, you guys? Bashtianygo here, and today, guys, we are going to be taking a look at the brand new support that came out for Sky Striker. Now, we already read the support. We did that last week. If you guys have not checked it out, make sure to do so. Go ahead and leave a link in the description, a card in somewhere in this corner. I keep forgetting which corner it is. So, today, guys, I want to go and show you guys a quick profile to see what I believe the Sky Striker deck will look like post new support, and it's honestly pretty scary as far as what it can do. Setup boards going first or second. I think this is what Konami's really trying to do, is to make it have it go more of a going first strategy as well as a going second strategy. I believe without a doubt that Sky Striker is the best, if not one of the best, going second strategies ever printed. However, I think Konami was trying to tell us something right now with this new support, is that it wants us to not only be one of the best going second decks, it also wants it to be an absolute monster and blowout as a going second deck, and potentially a going first strategy as well, guys. So we're going to be taking a look at that today as far as how the deck will again look like post the new support is going to be coming out this upcoming year. I'm not entirely sure what is going to be coming out, but I'm pretty sure they hope, I hope they release it within the first 6 months so we can actually go ahead and get into the whole testing phase sooner rather than later with the brand new cards. So today, guys, we're just going to be taking a look at a deck profile, but if you guys really enjoyed this content and really want to go ahead and make sure that you want to see more of the Sky Striker stuff, this video gets 30 likes, so go ahead and upload a additional video where I actually go ahead and take this out to some duels so you guys can gameplay with the deck. And enough stalling, guys, let's get into the video. So here we are, guys, with our fully built Sky Striker deck with the brand new support in it. So we're going to go ahead and go through it real quick. So I want to go ahead and also mention again, when we get to them, what each card essentially brings to the strategy, and go ahead and take it from there. So of course, you play 3 Ray, 1 Rose, pretty standard. We don't need to get any more than that. What I do like about playing 1 Rose is that the brand new Pillar of the Future Cianos card, which is pretty cool. So I originally gave this a lot of hate just because it was not a normal monster. It was an effect monster for the main deck, which I believe Sky Striker needs more spells, and it needs better link monsters to go into that guarantee you a little bit more advantage. Pillar of Future Cianos kind of does that for you, with it also being unfortunately a main deck monster that doesn't really affect you in the most negative way. So Cianos actually a pretty cool card. It lets you discard any spell in your hand, doesn't have to be a Sky Striker, and you can special summon this card from your hand, and then this card's normal special summon. You can special summon with Sky Striker Ace Rose directly from your deck or graveyard, which is obviously really good because it gets you 2 monsters immediately on the board. Then what you also can do, banish this card from your graveyard, then take one of your Sky Striker Ace Rose that is banished or in your graveyard, and then add it back to your hand or special summon it, which obviously really good. So you can actually go into a Link 2, banish this, special summon back the Rose, go into potentially a Link 3 as well. So obviously has a lot of synergy with the overall strategy, and we did get some higher Link monsters with this brand new wave of support. We got Link 4, Link 3, we can still have the Camellia, which still not come out, and we got a brand new Link 2 Engage 0, which is absolutely crazy for the strategy. I think 2 is just fine, playing anything more just would be a little bit too much, relying on it, but 2 is perfectly good where it's at. For the hand traps, I am playing 3 copies of Ash, 3 Drone Lockbird, which I go back and forth whether you should play Drone Lockbird or DD Crow or Effect Veiler. It really just changes per format, which is one of the slots that can really vary. If you guys actually want to go ahead and play other cards in here, like potentially Forbidden Droplets, that's another option you can definitely go ahead and choose. I think Sky Striker is one of those decks that can definitely play cards like Forbidden Droplets and not lose any advantage, because essentially you're fueling your graveyard up with more spells in a way, so you're going to be gaining that advantage right back. So I do really like that for the overall strategy. That's gonna be it for the monsters, guys. Next up for the spells, obviously 2 Engage, 2 Hornet Drone, 1 Hornet Drone, not 2 Hornet Drones, are crazy. 3 of the newest spell for the strategy, 3 copies of Link Cage, 2 Afterburner, 3 Widow Anchor, 1 Shark Cannon, 1 Area 0, 1 Multi-Roll. I know it's at higher, but hey, we don't really need more than 1 Eagle Booster for the variety, 2 copies of Thrust, 1 copy of Talents. More than that, it's just way too cloggy. I tried playing Sky Striker with 3 Thrusts, too much. 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Duster, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 1 Change of Heart, and 1 Upstart Goblin for the spells. I really go back and forth with Lightning Storm, whether I want to play Lightning Storm or want to play 1 copy of Regeki, since I have Thrust to go ahead and search it out regardless. But you know, Lightning Storm is just the overall better card. And realistically, since you can only activate this if you control no face-up cards with Sky Striker, that's relatively easy, since you're not really going to be setting up the biggest boards most of the time. That's something that's worth considering, because you can, this deck is one of those decks that can comfortably activate this in the turns 3, 4, 5, and 6 because this, of course, is a very grindy deck. Next, 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence and 1 copy of Evenly Matched to go ahead and search out with our Thrust. Primarily, again, we are going to build this still for a going second strategy. I think Sky Striker will primarily and forever be one of the best going second strategies in the game ever printed. So why not go ahead and make sure that we're maximizing out to our advantage, especially going into game 1 where our opponent is primarily going to want to go first. We are primarily going to want to go second regardless. So game 1 should be an easy piece of cake, walk in the park with this strategy overall. So with this deck, as far as the main deck goes, what changes are coming is that you are getting the consistency of being able to go ahead and special summon a Link 2 to Link 3 monster on your opening play without really much effort whatsoever, which I think is really cool. And actually, you can go ahead and link these 2 into a copy of like Zeke, which can be used as a link material, and then link it off into something like a Kagari or a Shizuku, something like that. And downlink, which is something that's going to be really important because you need to access your better Sky Striker Link monsters. Zeke is more of a throwaway one, I would personally say, but unfortunately there's other Link 2, especially the one that we just got, the Engage 0, that cannot be used as a Link material, which we'll go over here and actually right now, actually, because we're already in the extra deck. So 3 Shizuku, 3 Kagari. I dropped it down to 2 Hayate, which did hurt a little bit. I actually do want to consider taking out the SP Little Knight in order to put back the Hayate, but SP Little Knight's way too good to take out, man. So I do not want to take SP Little Knight out. So that is something I do want to consider, because also the brand new Cianos does lock you into the special summoning machine monsters from your extra deck. So that is unfortunate because you are not able to summon out SP Little Knight. So that is something that's worth considering, taking out the SP to put in a 3rd Hayate if that's the way you want to roll. Now, for the other cards, 1 of the Azalea, of course, 1 Zeke. I think that's pretty standard when it comes to how Konami wants to go ahead and play this deck, and how, honestly, most Sky Striker decks should be played post-new support. Now, you can still, of course, play the Effect Veilers with Celine to go ahead and special summon the access code, OTK, you know, that way as well. That's definitely still a viable option, don't get me wrong, but I think that if you lean harder into the Sky Striker stuff and lean into the synergy of just playing Sky Striker, you can actually get a lot of value out of it. One thing I don't like, going back into the main deck, guys, about Cianos is, unfortunately, because it is always treated as a Sky Striker card, but it is not itself a Sky Striker card because it does not say that in the name. If this gets Imperm, Effect Veilered, Widow Anchored, anything that negates its effects, you can't link summon. So you're just left with a 500 attack bro on the board, in attack position most likely, and you're just not going to have a good time. So that's one thing I really don't like about Cianos. I really wish it was a Sky Striker Cianos, and that was the name of it instead of Pillar of Future. That kind of weakens, is a big weakness for this one card. But realistically, it's kind of putting it like, if they have it, they have it. If not, it's alright. Plus, you can still special summon this. You can also just normal summon the Ray afterwards, you know, take it from there. So that is a miss worth considering. Now, for the additional Link monsters, we do play 1 copy of the Engage 0 Combination Maneuver Engage 0, which I believe the artwork did come out recently for it, and it's not this. Still a really cool card. Oh, actually, it is this, but like twisted. I don't know. It's a really cool card. Basically, what I don't like about it, first of all, what I don't like about it is that it cannot be used as a link material. How do you get around this? Well, we have some amazing cards. For example, Area 0 gets rid of a card on your field. Multi-Hero gets rid of a card on your field. So does Linkage. Linkage is a card you're most likely always going to be searching to your hand. So that gets rid of a card on your field. And then you special summon. So there's multiple ways to get rid of this card in order to push for additional damage or to access additional plays in your overall strategy. So that's something that's definitely worth considering with this card. But besides that it can't be used as link material, it has some good benefits to it as well. If this card is special summon, you can target 1 monster on the field with 2500 or more attack. It does target, but all Sky Striker cards target, so I mean, it is what it is. It comes with the strategy. Target a monster with 2500 or more attack, negate its effects at the end of this turn. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles when you have a Ray and a Rose in your graveyard, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. You can only special summon this dude once per turn. That is a great effect. A great effect, because it not only helps you push for damage. It blows up your opponent's entire offensive and defensive board with their monsters. And then what you can do is you can actually go ahead and activate Linkage, get rid of this card, summon another bro, and you know, take it from there. So that is something that I very much like. It does not have the restriction also where you need to have no monsters in your main monster zone as well, which is huge, because with this you can actually have this in your main monster zone and still be able to gain that type of effect. Now of course you have to do a lot of more shenanigans in order to get that done, but it is definitely possible to go ahead and do that if you can have like a what's a downward facing arrow, like a Hayate on your field, right? And then special summon the engage 0 underward. You can push for more damage, and then you know, take it from there essentially. So that's something I really like with the overall strategy. You can activate this, blow up your opponent's entire board, activate the Hayate punch, and then of course, well, you are not going to be able to activate Linkage, but you guys get what I'm saying. As you have one copy of Camellia. Camellia is pretty cool because it dumps more Sky Striker cards from your deck to your graveyard as long as you have already 3, which is inconvenient in the fact that you need to already have 3 Sky Striker spells in your graveyard, so there's should not be a point of then sending more Sky Striker spells into your graveyard. But what you can do is send a Sky Striker Ray or a Sky Striker Rose into your graveyard to either bring back with Cianos, or you can have a Ray and Rose engraved to go ahead and activate your engage 0 effect to blow up your opponent's monsters. So that's definitely really cool. It can potentially come up and has an upward and downward facing arrows, so it has that additional synergy for it as well. Next we play one copy of the brand new Link 3. We have Sky Striker Ace Azalea Temperance, which is a pretty cool looking like mech card. Like I don't know what they're trying to make the Sky Striker into, is like even more and more mech as it goes on, which is still pretty cool. Looks like a really dope VR headset she got going on. But anyway, 2+ monsters, including a Link monster, which is definitely the easiest summoning condition in Sky Striker. So this card must first be Link summoned. If this card is special summoned, you can banish 1 spell from your hand or graveyard, target 1 monster your opponent controls with 2500 attack or less. Equip that face-up monster to this card as an equip spell. You can only use these effective Sky Striker blah 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 once per turn. When this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon 1 other Sky Striker monster from your hand or graveyard, which I definitely like, because you can actually go ahead and crash with this, special summon back Ray, link into Hayate punch, and then, you know, main phase 2 shenanigans. Combo Sky Striker. But then there's other things you can definitely go ahead and do with this. So I do like this card because it's essentially non-destruction removal. You're just equipping it to it, and then you can proceed to do whatever you want with Azalea. So that's something I really like. The next is going to be our first Link 4 for Sky Striker, guys. Crazy. So this is pretty much going to take the place of what your access code talker would be in the deck. You're just going to slap in the Surgical Striker Spectral, which I don't know why they're not Sky Striker cards, but it's treated as a Sky Striker card, which is again inconvenient, but whatever. So must first be Link summoned. Always will lose 3000 attack while you have no spells in your graveyard, not 3. While you have no spells in your graveyard, this card is 0 attack, Link 4. When your opponent activates a card or spell as Chainlink 2 or higher, you can banish 2 spells from your hand or graveyard negate the effect, and destroy 1 card your opponent controls. That I actually really like. So for example, if your opponent goes Moye, Link into Chi-Xiao, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Moye, you can go negate Moye, pop Chi-Xiao. So that's pretty cool. And then your opponent can just Chi-Xiao negate your stuff. But you guys get the point. You guys get what I'm trying to say. So Spectra is a pretty cool card. Having the ability to negate in chain links with Sky Striker is pretty cool. It's a neat idea. I think it'd be more effective if it didn't have to be a chain link 2 or higher. But I guess it's trying to protect your cards when you activate, for example, the Ray effect, and they, for whatever freaking reason, side frame gamma U on your ray effect to link. You can just activate this and boom, you're good to go from there, and you negate it and you know whatever because of chain link 2. I'm just bringing up an example of a negation as a chain link 2. Don't read too much into that. Don't roast me too hard in the comments. So that's gonna be it, guys. That is what I believe Sky Striker is going to look like post the brand new support. Again, I don't know exactly when we're gonna be getting it. Hopefully, like I said, it's gonna be early on this upcoming year, so we can go ahead and check it out. And remember, guys, make sure you like the video if you guys want to see additional content on Sky Striker. If you guys want to see any type of combo videos, testing videos where I actually take this deck into some type of ranked gameplay or whatever, or EDO Pro, whatever, and actually try it out for you guys so you guys can actually see how the deck operates, how the deck plays, make sure you guys like that video, get that likes up, and I'll go ahead and get up to you guys. But without further ado, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.